Have you ever thought to yourself, I wish I had a big brain? Or have you ever asked the question, well then this tutorial might be for you. Today I'm going to teach you guys how to edit videos like PewDiePie. We're going to be in Adobe Premiere Pro. I don't know how to edit in other programs, so deal with it. People probably don't realize how much work goes into an edit like a PewDiePie video. There's so much happening. It's fast-paced, it's hilarious, and we're just gonna learn some of the key ingredients to making a PewDiePie edit. Over here are my clips. We're gonna drop in a little clip. Here's me in front of a green screen. That one over there. We're gonna start with this simple clip here of me saying, "What?" Yeah, I know it's a terrible impression, but shut up. One of PewDiePie's staples are his quick zooms. So if you click on your clip here, you don't even need to go into your effects or anything. All we're gonna be messing with is motion. So make sure to engage your motion controls. You're gonna pick the point where you want the zoom to start. I want it to start right as I'm about to say the word "Walt," and I'm gonna start a keyframe for my scale and a keyframe for my position. And basically that's gonna be the start of your zoom, the start of the animation basically. Then I'm gonna use my arrow keys to go over to where I want the zoom to stop. So I'm gonna zoom in, I'm gonna click on this and drag it to how much I want it to be zoomed in. And then I'm gonna also drag with my scale, get it to exactly where I want it to be. And then if we play this back, what? Okay, that was actually a little bit slow. Grab these keyframes and just drag them over a little bit. What? That's a lot better. So that's like a typical PewDiePie zoom. There's one other way to do a quick zoom and it takes a little bit more time, but I think it looks kind of cooler because it has more of a motion blur to it. So we're just gonna click on our scale keyframe, hit enter to get rid of the keyframes, same with position, and then we can reset our position and scale. So you're gonna go down to your effects, click in your search bar, and you're gonna type in transform. Drag our transform over onto our clip, and now we get these whole new set of controls, but they're very similar to motion. Basically, we're gonna do the exact same thing that we did with the previous quick zoom, but this time we're gonna go to our shutter angle on this transform setting, and we're gonna type in 180 degrees. Now we're gonna go right back to the beginning of Walt, right there. I just used my arrow keys to go over there. Now we're gonna hit scale, start our keyframe, then we're gonna go to position, start our keyframe, and then we're gonna just go forward like 3 frames. So 1, 2, 3, and now we're gonna do the same thing we did before, just zoom in and then reframe. Now it's gonna have some motion blur. What? Let's actually make that more annoying. What? Pretty sick, huh? That's how you do quick zooms. Let's move on to the next thing. Sometimes when PewDiePie is doing a little bit more of a long talking segment, he will do a slow zoom. Here's our clip.
And I just couldn't even begin to tell the doctor how big my boil was.
If you double click here on this audio track, you can see where the audio starts. So we're gonna cut before and then cut when it ends. Get rid of that. So we're gonna go to the very beginning of our clip by hitting the up arrow. Click on your clip to get all your controls. Get the motion controls out. We're gonna hit scale at 100, position, go to the very end of the clip, and as you can see it's black because there's nothing there. So I just go back 1 keyframe so I can see the frame, and then now I do my zoom in my position. And also, if you don't want to use these controls for position, you can just click on motion here, and then you can actually drag the image wherever you want. And it actually shows you how the image is going to be animated. That's really all you do. You can hit the up arrow to go back to the beginning and just play it.
And I just couldn't even begin to tell the doctor how big my boil was. And I just couldn't even begin to tell the doctor how big my boil was.
Another thing that he does is he makes very frequent cuts and just scales in on his footage to keep the viewer interested.
Oh my gosh.
That'll work. We're gonna cut and zoom in a little bit before every single statement. What I like to do is just click on the footage, Command L or Control L to separate your audio and video. Right before each word, just cut.
Oh my.
And then we're gonna zoom in a little bit on each one. So we'll go 120, and on this one, let's try 140. Let's really just do some craziness. Let's just zoom in, rescale a little bit. Let's see what this looks like.
Oh my gosh.
He uses that a lot, and I know a lot of YouTubers do that as well, but this is just a really quick way to do that. You pretty much need to cut right before the word so that it impacts with the word.
Oh my gosh.
We're about to move on to my 2 favorite types of edits that PewDiePie does, and then I have a little bonus for you. Not a bonus meme, but a bonus edit tip. So one thing that PewDiePie does frequently is the big brain. It's so dumb, but it's pretty funny.
Kitty has big brain.
We're gonna drop that in. Right on big brain, we really want things to get rolling. We're just gonna use our arrow keys to find the word big, right there. I'm just gonna cut, and I'm gonna highlight this. What we're gonna do is go to our effects, and we're gonna type in, what is it called? What is it called? Spherize. We're gonna drop that on here. Basically, you just play around with these settings a little bit. So you gotta jack up that radius. And then you just move the angle around, the center of the sphere. Pull this up a little bit. That kind of gives me and my that gives me and my cat a big brain. Before, after. Look at his eye.
Kitty has big brain.
Okay, I think it would have more impact with a zoom. So we're gonna just click here, zoom this baby in a little bit. That's too much.
Kitty has big brain.
Let's try a human brain, see what we can experiment on.
Oh God.
Okay, so right on O, we're gonna do a quick cut zoom right on O, 135, reposition, sphere eyes, plant that on there. It really, you can put it anywhere and it works magic. Oh, now we're seeing it, there we go. See, I feel like my brain really isn't too big yet because I haven't finished my juice. Once I finish my juice, we'll start to get into this kind of a territory. I don't know if that's exactly how they do big brain, but that's one way to do it. Bonus edit. So what we need is a good Yes, that's just prime. Gosh, what a good actor. We're gonna go to our effects. We're gonna type in twirl. We're gonna drop it on this young footage. This one is a combination of keyframing and using the twirl effect. So let's just mess with our angle a little bit. Let's see where we want it. Let's see where we want it to end up. That's pretty good. Oh God. So what I'm gonna do is scroll to where I want the twirl to stop. Probably there. Let's try that. Then I'm gonna set a keyframe. So I already have the twirl. So I'm just gonna keyframe the angle, and then let's go back to the beginning where it starts, right on this little hump of audio. And then we're just gonna hit reset, and that creates our first keyframe. So we just kind of did it backwards, and then we'll let it play. I mean, that's pretty much it. That's a little slow, so we can just take our second keyframe and speed it up. He would probably zoom in at the same time. We'll just go up here, and if you click this little arrow, it'll go to your first keyframe. And then we'll just go up here and start a new keyframe for scale and position. Click over here to go to this second keyframe. Let's try 150. And we'll just rescale where we want it to end up. So that creates all of our keyframes. Watch this. Oh yeah, that's pretty good. So that's the twirl. It's very simple. If you just practice keyframing in Premiere, it's very simple just to learn any effect. Subscribe. I'm making videos every other day in 2020 and trying not to go crazy. Love you. Bye. Whoa, look at all these super cool names on the screen. These are my top tier patrons. You should become a patron. Shout out to Hannah Markley and Josh Huey. Love y'all. Today I'm gonna teach you how to frickin' eat butts. That's what I'm gonna do.